Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
To view your employees list, select Employees from the navigation bar to open the Employees page. At the top of the page is a graph showing your annual payroll cost. You can expand or collapse this section using the small arrow in the lower right corner of this section. Below this information is the Employees list. In the upper left corner is the Find an Employee field. To find an employee in the Employees list, type their name into the Find an Employee field and then click the magnifying glass button at the right end of the field. You can delete your entry from this field and then click the magnifying glass button again to show all employees again. The drop-down to the right of the Find an Employee field filters the employees list to show active, inactive, or all employees. To sort the employees list, click any column heading to sort by that data. Each time you click the same column heading, it switches the sort order from ascending to descending order. To add a new employee, click the Add an Employee button in the upper right corner of the employees list to open a Get Ready for Payroll window. This window is divided into 3 tabs named Pay, Profile, and Employment. The Pay tab is initially selected. On the Pay tab, enter the employee's name into the first name, middle initial, and last name fields. Then answer the 5 questions below that. The first is, what are this employee's withholdings? Click the Enter W-4 form button to open a new window where you can enter the employee's W-4 form information and also state taxes, local taxes, and any tax exemptions. When finished, click the Done button in the lower right corner of the window to save it and close the window. Question number 2 is, how often do you pay this employee? Note that this employee is simply replaced by the first name of the employee. You can click the adjacent Enter a Pay Schedule button to open a new window where you can answer questions about how often you pay your employees and create a new pay schedule. There is also a checkbox you can check to set the pay schedule you create as the new default for employees you enter later. When finished, click the Done button to close the window and return to the previous page. Make sure that the correct pay schedule is selected from the drop-down for question number 2 if you have multiple pay schedules created. Question 3 asks how much you pay the employee. Select a choice from the drop-down and also enter the amount that they are paid into the adjacent field. You can click the Add Additional Pay Types link to open a new window where you can enter other pay types for each employee as necessary. If you open it, make your selections and then click the Done button to save it and return to the previous page. Question 4 asks if the employee has any deductions. This is useful for retirement plans, garnishments, or healthcare costs. Clicking the pencil button next to No Most Common opens a new window where you can add deductions for this employee. If you add deductions, click the OK button in this window when finished to save them and return to the main page. Question 5 asks you how the employee is paid. Use the drop-down to select the payment method. If you select any direct deposit option, you must enter the banking information for your employee too. Next, click the Profile tab at the top of the window. Here you can enter detailed information about the employee. You can enter their address into the home address, city or town, state, and zip code fields. You can enter their email address into the email field. In the phone section, you can enter their phone numbers and extensions into the field for home, work, and mobile. You can select their gender from the gender options. You can enter their birth date into the birth date field. Enter any notes about the employee into the Notes field. When finished, click the Employment tab at the top of the page. On the Employment tab, you enter their employment details. You can enter an employee ID number into the Employee ID field. You can set the activation status of the employee by using the Status drop-down. You can check the checkboxes for Have you filed a new hire report with the state and Have you stored a completed Form I-9 in your files after performing these activities. Then enter the employee's hire date and birth date into the hire date and birth date fields. You can use the Work Location drop-down to select their work location. To add a new location, select the New Work Location choice in the drop-down menu to open a new Add a Work Location section where you can add a new work address, and then click the OK button to add it into the choices in the drop-down menu. Finally, you can enter a workers' comp class into the workers' comp class field. When finished, click the Done button in the lower right corner of the window to add the new employee to the employees list and close the window. If you made mistakes or do not want to save the information, instead click the Cancel button to delete any entries and close the window. To edit an existing employee, click their name within the employee list to open a window that shows the employee's name at the top and two tabs at the bottom for the employee details and the paycheck list. On the Employee Details tab, click any pencil icon button next to the Pay, Profile, or Employment section to reopen those sections within the Add Employee window for that employee. Note that you can also simply click the Edit Employee button to reopen this same window. Note, however, that this time, the window shows an employee's name at the top of the window. You can edit the employee's information just as when adding a new employee, and then click the Done button in the lower right corner to save the changes when you are finished. Also note that at the bottom of the Edit Employee page is a Delete Employee link. Clicking this link will cause a pop-up box to appear confirming you want to delete this employee. Click Yes to delete this employee's information.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.